Hello and welcome to the new space for Kirsten's Cove. So I am finally in my library. It's not totally done yet. Like as you can see, still needs to get stuff on the shelves, which are currently in boxes in the garage. And then there's gonna be some more decorations that are going up there. But I was just way too excited to finally get into the space and finally do videos in here that I couldn't wait any longer. So today's video, you all helped with. I asked on my Instagram this week for favorite tropes and then favorite examples of those tropes from TV shows, books, movies, all of that, and y'all really delivered. I also have a list of my own like favorite ones, so we'll go through that. Okay, so we're gonna start with the favorite tropes. um, There were a lot of similarities, which I will put all of your guys' responses somewhere on the screen. We had found family, which is one of my favorite. We have enemies or haters to lovers. That was pretty much like a favorite from like everybody. Friends to lovers, one bed, who did this to you, second chance romance, and comfort when sick or hurt. Like that last one, it's one of my favorite, and it's one of my friend's favorites. Specifically, well, very much one of my friend's favorites. Of like, if the female main character is like too sick, and that's like when they're vulnerable, and the male character like maybe it's like an enemy or something, but like when they drop everything to go take care of them. That like very niche trope. I love it. Okay, so right away, I'm gonna jump into examples of these, but do you have any tropes that you really like that weren't mentioned? Oh, another one is slow burn. That was another one, another like slow burn. So I'm only gonna go over examples from a few of them. I got examples from my favorites, but I feel like there's so many tropes that just there's so many, and I love them. And like hockey romance or like sports romance, I don't, is that a trope or that's just like a genre? Because then we're also getting to the point of like, how do you classify between a genre and a trope? I don't know. Theoretical questions, I guess. Okay, jumping in, friends to lovers up first. Some of these that like you guys sent in, I've never actually read or seen, so I'm adding them to the list. First one was The Sky is Everywhere. I'm not exactly sure where that is from, but I'm intrigued. Aristotle and Dante discover the secrets of the universe. I've never seen that movie before, but it looks fantastic, and I'm adding it to my list. It Ends with Us, Lily and Atlas. Yeah, that one's a pretty a pretty good one. I feel like Colleen Hoover, whatever you have to say about her, I like how she normally like kind of takes a trope and just like bases like the book around it. That was really good. So I do like that one. And then of course one of the end all be alls, Percy and Annabeth. And I guess with that, like also Ron and Hermione. But Percy and Annabeth, such great friends to lovers. Oh, it's so good. There's with all of these, I keep feeling like I'm missing something. I just remember because I was thinking about like how it's like I'm missing something from shows like Pretty Little Liars or Gossip Girl or One Tree Hill, like all these classic shows that I've been rewatching. But like whenever I try to think of these, like never come to mind. And then I was just like, oh, but we have Emily and Allison from Pretty Little Liars. That's a big one. And you could call Lucas and Peyton. I have them under slow burn. Some of these, like I think, will fall under multiple tropes, but like I think Lucas and Peyton are more slow burn than friends to lovers because they kept going back and forth. I'm trying to think now that I look at other like what from Shadowhunters. I don't know. There's like I'm definitely missing them, so please like let me know which one I'm missing. All right, so next, speaking of slow burn relationships, I'm gonna go over slow burn ones. I have pretty much all of like Bridgerton couples and Queen Charlotte couples because like they seem like just like the definition of slow burn in my mind. Or at least when watching them, I felt that way. Then we have Emma and Julian from Shadowhunters. They also classify as friends to lovers, but I feel like they are both. They are both friends to lovers and slow burn because it took freaking forever, and partially because like that they also under forbidden romance. That's another good trope, the forbidden romance one. they fall under like 3 of them, which is really cool for an author to write a couple that is that complex that it falls under multiple of these tropes. Then we have Lucas and Peyton from One Tree Hill. Yes. I also classified Percy and Annabeth under slow burn just because it does take them a while, partially because they're really young. But now that I think about it, I think they fall more under Friends to Lovers. The Girl Meets World, Maya and Josh, the I'll play the long game. Slow burn. Katniss and Peeta. Yeah. Stefan and Caroline from Vampire Diaries, and then Elena and Damon from Vampire Diaries, who also, I think those two qualify under enemies to lovers. And maybe Stefan and Caroline also fall under friends to lovers as well. But, and then my personal, oh, we're not to that one yet. Never mind. I'll come to that next. And then from, I'm curious about your opinion on this, from the fourth wing, would Jacina and Sawyer be slow burn? Because like we've started it, but we don't know how long it's going to be until they're actually together. Because right now they're just kind of flirting back and forth. Sawyer's learning ASL or sign language for her. I'm curious what that's going to be, but I think that one might be a slow burn relationship. And then some that I don't know from you guys or that I haven't seen, The Nanny. It looks like there's a book or a TV show. It said book, The Nanny in parentheses book. The Red Queen series, which I haven't seen. Jandy Nelson, I'll Give You the Sun, and then Pacey and Joey. All right, do you have any more slow burn relationship tropes that you absolutely love? Let me know. Okay, so next we're gonna go to found family. This is one that like it's not as much of like a romance trope rather than just a really good book trope. And sometimes I forget that like not all tropes are something to lovers or like relationship based. And I love found family. Makes my heart sing. So the first one I thought of was the Criminal Minds BAU. Like they become such a family and will do anything for each other. Then we have fourth wing, like the 5, Violet, Sawyer, Rydok, Renan. Am I missing one? Or is it just the 4 of them? I feel like I'm missing one and I feel really bad. But like that group that they're like, you know, like we're making it out, we're gonna live, we're like that. Like they have found such a family with each other and would do anything for each other. We have the NCIS unit. Yeah, they like with Gibbs giving Mickey like his watch on his wedding day, to Gibbs being kind of like the father figure for everyone, taking care of them, helping Tony reconnect with his father, going to go get Bishop when she found out that her husband was cheating on her, with Ziva, and like just everything like between like Kate, Ziva, and Bishop. Like he was their father figure no matter which like who it was. Like they were a family and like they had each other. I think back to like the time when power was going out and they didn't have heat, and so they all ended up sleeping over at Gibbs's house. Like that is found family. Lilo and Stitch, this is one from you guys. That was such a sweet, I was just like, oh, I didn't even think of Lilo and Stitch. Like, yeah. Oh. One Last Stop, which is something that I haven't seen or read before. Haven't read it before. So I'm definitely adding that to my list. I added The Marauders. I think that is such a sweet found family trope that like, yeah, that's more fan fiction, and I'm going to count fan fiction for this. It just makes me happy. Then we have Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Ahsoka from Clone Wars. They are definitely like found family vibes during the Clone Wars, and it's only in the Clone Wars TV show if you see that. And then we have the Rebels. Like the whole idea of the Rebels in the Rebels TV show is like that they are a family. They all kind of came from different places. They all kind of found each other. They pick up Ezra, like all of it. Like that is one of the shows that like the whole like premise of it is found family. So if found family is one of your favorites, go watch that TV show. The Avengers, absolutely found family. Or I guess like forced family because they kind of got forced together, but then they eventually like going to Hawkeye's house and meeting his family and him trusting them enough with that secret, like, big deal. And then lastly, the Percy Jackson cast, Grover and Percy and Annabeth and all of them just finding like their family at camp. I would definitely agree with that one. Okay, so we are getting to the last section, which is the most popular by far, enemies slash rivals slash haters to lovers, the most popular one. I'm probably gonna be missing some, so like let me know what the uh let me know what I'm missing. I loved this comment of like uh that it was impossible to pick because like there are so many great examples of it and it's one of the most beloved sought after tropes. So let's get into it. I classified Leia, Princess Leia, or General Leia and Han Solo as haters to rivals because like, or rivals to lovers, because like, if you think about it from the beginning, like they were definitely rivals at the beginning and then obviously got together. So I classified them under this. Then we have a lot of people were just like A Court of Thorn and Roses. In my opinion, we actually have Feyre and Tamlin, and then Feyre and Rhys. Ryzan, Rhysand, however the heck you pronounce it. I think both of them were rivals to lovers or enemies to lovers. Because like Tamlin is Fae, which at first, like when Feyre is human, like that's like, the Fae are the enemy. She falls in love with him, and then while she's falling in love with him, she's told that Rhys is the enemy, and then ends up falling in love with him. And so like just all of the enemies to lovers going on here. And same with like Nesta and Cassian. Just so much Sarah J. Maas, but so much enemies to lovers. And continuing on Sarah J. Maas, we have, I would say, Aileen and Rowan as like rivals to lovers or enemies to lovers because like, oh, they hated each other at first. And then we have Selena and Dorian. Dorian, is that how you say it? Yes, that's how you say it. Like, literally, he is the everything that she doesn't want and hates. And they end up together. Same with Selena and Kale. And then we also have Dorian and Manon. Like, Sarah J. Maas just loves her enemies to lovers trope. Like, she just threw it in there so many times. And then we have Beach Read. That was a great kind of like rivals to lovers, rival authors, like falling in love. Well, I guess like more haters to lovers. Then we have Violet and Xaden, rivals to lovers again. One of my favorite examples of that. We have Red, White, and Royal Blue, which I honestly have not seen yet. Not seen, well, okay, seen or read, and I need to, and I'm excited to. And then lastly, closing this out with Princess Diaries 2. Such a cheesy, like, cute enemies to lovers or rivals to lovers, which I'm now hoping that we get Princess Diaries 3 and can see where that went. I'm definitely forgetting a lot. I'm absolutely forgetting a lot of these, so please let me know what I'm forgetting, and what you like, what some of like your favorites are in these tropes, or what like tropes that I'm missing, because that's yeah, definitely missing a lot of these. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all next week, and I hope you keep getting lost in your dreams. Bye guys.